Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to a very delayed episode on the SciOly Stats YouTube channel. Now, before we get into anything today, I want to explain a little bit why this is so delayed. If you didn't see my post, you know the main reason, and that is that the software that I use to record, I have the free version of, because I'm a broke college student and can't afford anything. But the free version only lets you record 5 videos per month, a fact that was unknown to me until I went to record this video a week or so ago, and found that I had exceeded my level of amount of videos for the month of April. So yeah, if I had known that before I made my last video, which was just kind of a not really off topic, but different from what we usually do, and not really super necessary even video to make. It was just something interesting that I noted and wanted to make a quick video on about events next year. But if I had known that I had a limit, I would not have done that because I would have preferred to get this video out much sooner than I am. I guess another reason is that I was waiting for North Dakota to release their state results. They still, I don't think we have like full results, but we do know the state champions for North Dakota. We know the state champions for every state, in fact, including ones that we were missing, like Wyoming. But yeah, I was waiting and waiting, and eventually I was like, all right, I'll just make the video. And then I found out that I couldn't. And then another reason. So this is actually my second time recording this video. I tried to record yesterday, and something happened. I'm not sure. Something glitched out with my recording software. I thought my computer was shutting down for some reason, but it wasn't. The video kept on going, and my camera here went black, but then it still showed that I was recording, so I was like, okay, this is fine, I guess. And then when I changed tabs, the audio completely cut out and the video broke. So now I am doing this again. Hopefully this time it works. Fingers crossed. All right. With all that out of the way, we can now start talking about things. And the first thing we will talk about is the random team shout out, of course. Congrats to Quaker Valley from Pennsylvania for earning first place in Whitty at the PA State Tournament. And of course, since Whitty is not going to be an event in the C division next year, they will be able to hold on to this first place for next year. So they can say they are the reigning champions in Whitty in Pennsylvania for at least another year. So congratulations, Quaker Valley. Next, quick channel updates. So recently, for no reason at all, really, the channel has kind of been blowing up. Like, we had our biggest day for views ever on May 3rd. I know that was a little while ago as of right now, but still, fairly recent. And by far the most amount of subscribers we gained in a single day, also on May 3rd. So if you're new, we got a lot of new people on the channel. Welcome. And thank you, everyone, for these amazing numbers. It's very fantastic to see how much this channel's grown. Honestly, I wasn't really sure when I started the channel. I was like, okay, maybe there's like 50 people that want to watch my videos. But now we have like 180 subscribers last I checked, which is kind of crazy. So thank you all for being here, and thank you all for watching. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, let's finally get into some state results. So I guess not quite yet. We're gonna talk about something real quick here. So Vermont dropped. We will not see a team from Vermont at the state tournament. So that's a little sad. But in their place, Madison West has officially earned a spot at the national tournament. I think I said state tournament when I said Vermont. Nope, the national tournament. Yeah, so Madison West will be there. Congratulations, Madison West, for officially earning your spot at the national tournament. Now, let's get into state results. So, as per usual, we're going to start with what I consider to be the least interesting and work our way up to the most interesting. So, we're going to start with Wyoming, and conveniently enough, we are already down at the end here. So, Wyoming, congrats congrats to Kelly Walsh from Wyoming for being the Wyoming state champion and earning yourself a spot at nationals. I'm pretty sure we're still missing scores, but we do know Kelly Walsh is the state champion. They are the team that I predicted. You can tell because I forgot to highlight them in preparation for recording this video for a second time. So congrats to Kelly Walsh. Next, we're going to move on to Nebraska, the state that, of course, is hosting the national tournament this year. Nebraska is going to be right in here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. All right. We don't have scores for this one, but congrats to Lincoln Science Focus for earning yourselves a spot at the national tournament. You don't have too far of a drive, hopefully, since it's in your home state. And I did indeed predict this correctly. Congrats, Lincoln Science Focus from Nebraska. Next, we have Missouri. I always think this is Montana. M-O. Seems like it should be Montana, but nope, it's Missouri. And this year, Missouri only has one team attending nationals. The national team roster is set, and Missouri, unfortunately, enough states did not drop to allow Missouri to send more than one team. But with that said, congratulations to Loudoun Horton Watkins from Missouri for being the state champion once again. Again, nothing really major to talk about here. They were the state champion last year, probably some years before that as well. Congrats to Loudoun Horton Watkins from Missouri. Next, we got Idaho. Let's see. Where is Idaho? It's going to be up here. Yep, there we go. All right. So Idaho, we have not really an upset, but yeah, a change in the state's champion. So let me explain. I predicted Capital would win Idaho, but the state champion in Idaho has been in flux for the past 4 seasons. So it's not really an upset, you know? This is kind of expected in Idaho. Truly a very competitive state on, the state level, with a lot of different schools competing to be that Idaho state champion. But Capital did win the state by 12 points last year and had a 15-point margin over Nampa, who I didn't mention is the new state champion from Idaho. Congratulations, Nampa. And this will also be their first time at nationals. So again, congratulations, Nampa. Next, we're going to talk about North Dakota, the state that is partially to blame for how delayed this video is. Let's see here. North Dakota is going to be right here. So we have, I actually should have done some more research into this. I'm not sure if this is an upset or not. Bismarck, I believe, was the state champion last year. I don't think North Dakota sent a team to nationals last year, but I'm pretty sure it was Bismarck last year that was the state champion. This year, it's Century. Congratulations, Century from North Dakota. I again did not predict this accurately. And actually, let's look this up real quick. North Dakota Science Olympiad. Is my camera switching over? Can you guys see any of this? I don't know. I might have hit the wrong button when I said record. All right, I'm going to look this up real quick in case you can't see this. Wiki. All right. Oh, there's my camera. I don't know if it recorded any of that. My camera was like really delayed in coming over here. Whatever. Let's see here. So, wow. Okay, Bismarck has been, well, it looks like in the 2010s, Bismarck made quite the run here. And then was overthrown by Legacy High School. Then Century took it, then Bismarck took it back, then Century took it back. So Bismarck was extremely competitive. Or actually, wait. Oh, it looks like Century was the state champion last year. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so I guess it's not really an upset then. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Someone's banging on their floor upstairs. I don't really know what's going on. Whatever. So yeah, congratulations, Century, for once again being the North Dakota state champion. Next, we're going to talk about some more competitive states. So all the states that I mentioned so far, other than really like Missouri, have been kind of lesser competitive states. Here we're going to get into the more competitive states, starting with arguably the most competitive state, rivaled only by California. We have Ohio. And in Ohio, It was Mason that was triumphant, with Solon taking second, of course. That shouldn't really be surprising. Although, if you know a little bit about the history of Ohio State, it's kind of surprising because you'll know that usually Solon ends up beating Mason at the state tournament. But then sometimes Mason comes back to beat Solon at the national tournament. So let's read my insights here. It's far from a significant gap. Dropping Chem Lab or Wind Power would make Solon win. However, I do expect this gap to widen when these two teams compete against each other at nationals. And Solon's been the state champion ever since 2022. So, of course, not really a long running state champion. Both these teams are ridiculously good, though. And as you can see in my rankings, I expect both of them to do extremely well. I was going to say something else, but I've lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So, as I mentioned, Solon usually beats Mason at the Ohio State tournament. However, since this year Mason beat Solon at the tournament, that's a pretty good indication that Mason is like really good this year. And I should explain this now. So what I was thinking about doing last year when I made my nationals predictions was ranking each team with a range. So like plus or minus 2. So Mason, I'm predicting to be first right now. But I can see them placing anywhere within the top 3 here. I think outside the top 3, not really, but excuse me. I can see them placing anywhere from third to first. Troy, I can see placing, again, anywhere within the top 3. Monte Vista, anywhere within like the top 4 or 5. Solon, anywhere within the top 5. Or I'd say anywhere from like 5 to second. I can't really see Solon getting first place when they're competing against, these very strong teams. I don't know. It could happen. Who knows? But yeah, I was thinking about doing that last year. I ended up not doing that. But that'll give you an idea of how confident I am in a ranking 2. So Mason having a like plus or minus 2 would actually be pretty confident for me, since a lot of the states that are going to be ranked lower, or a lot of the teams that are ranked lower down, we don't have a lot of data for. I'm really just using like last year's state results or this year's state results and the national results. Really, whatever I can scrounge up for information on that team. But so yeah, they're going to have quite the large range of possible rankings. But yeah, Mason, I'm pretty sure will be within the top 3. Anyway, I kind of got sidetracked. Congratulations to Mason and Solon, of course, for attending the national tournament once again. Now, let's move on to North Carolina. Quite the interesting state North Carolina was this year. I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, have heard about this since this video is coming out so late. I'm quite late to the party, but I'll talk about it anyway. So, yeah, if you're familiar with North Carolina, you know Enloe. William G. Enloe is the typically considered the best team in the state. I predicted they would win. They did not, however. And this gap is very significant just on paper. And also on paper, this looks like a huge upset, right? I mean, North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics beating out Enloe by such a large margin, almost 100 points. That seems like a huge upset, right? Well, not really. Like I said, I think a lot of you have probably heard about this, but in case you have not, half of Enloe's A team had a conflict with the SciOly or Science Quiz Bowl Nats that conflicted with their state tournament. So they, of course, did not attend the state tournaments. And because of that, Enloe suffered in quite a few events. Despite this, Enloe still looked weaker than expected, with the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics looking stronger than expected. Despite that, Enloe has managed to beat every other North Carolina team at nationals since 2013, even if Enloe didn't win states. So, at the national tournament, when they have their full roster of good people, presumably anyway, I do expect Enloe to do much better than NCSSM. However, I did downgrade their rank a little bit here. Because of their slightly worse than expected performance. And I put in the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics, which was kind of a huge oversight, not putting them in the top 30 when I first, added 21st through 30th place to my rankings here. But there isn't too much data on this team, surprisingly, even though they are one of the more competitive teams in the country, as you can see. And there's almost none against other competitive teams other than Enloe. In fact, let's see real quick if they attended MIT. Oh, whoops. I don't have them as the abbreviation. So let me do this. North Okay. Wait. Do I not have anything on this team? Hold on. Let's see here. North Pocono, North Pocono, North Pocono, North Pocono. I literally don't have anything on this team unless unless I screwed up the unless I screwed up the acronym. That's a little bit of a preview there if you're willing to rewind and pause the video for my nationals rankings. But anyway, yeah, so the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics, I expect to do pretty decently at the national tournament. Not amazingly, but definitely not terribly. Next, we're going to move on. I think I've talked about North Carolina enough. We're going to move on to Pennsylvania, my home state, of course. I was lucky enough to be able to attend the Pennsylvania State tournament, and just like last year, it was a nail biter. At least, that's what I thought going into the, final team awards section. Keeping track of all of the scores throughout the award ceremony. We knew Harriton was going to win. It's just between Cumberland Valley and Lower Merion. Going into this tournament, I knew it would be close. I knew that, these two teams, both of them had a very solid chance to make that second place spot. I did predict Lower Merion would take it, and this is one prediction that I am happy to get wrong. Since Cumberland Valley, of course, is my home team, I'm very happy to see them going to nationals. But the gap between Cumberland Valley and Lower Merion was just barely not significant. Dropping optics puts Lower Merion ahead only by 1 point, though. Also, something funny I noticed was that Lower Merion's score of 112 is the exact score that Cumberland Valley beat Lower Merion with last year. So I just thought that was a little funny. Also, something to note here is that ever since 2017 or 2018, I forget the exact year, but ever since that year, Lower Merion has been in flux between attending the national tournament and then not. They've been jumping back and forth each year. And this is the first year since, again, 2017 or 2018, that they are not attending the national tournament for 2 years in a row. And likewise, this is the first year that Cumberland Valley is attending the national tournament 2 years in a row. So congratulations to Cumberland Valley and, of course, Harriton for making your way to the national tournament. Now, let's talk about the rankings for these teams. Nothing really changed for Harriton. They did about how I would have expected at the state tournament. They beat both Cumberland Valley and Lower Merion by a significant margin. Congratulations, Harriton. Now, Cumberland Valley is a bit more interesting. I feel like I either way overestimate this team or way underestimate them. I can never get it just right. Going into Solon, coming off the heels of MIT, I was like, oh, Cumberland Valley's like in 20th. And then after Solon, I was like, oh, they're like, 16th, 17th. Then Soup, I took them out entirely. Now they're back into 17th. And I know last year I said they would get 14th. I predicted they would get 14th, and they ended up getting 19th. So, not the worst prediction, but certainly not the best. Yeah, so, I don't know. I'm going to kind of split the difference. I'll put them in 17th. This is probably like a plus or minus, I'd say plus or minus 3 or 4. I don't really see them going lower than like 20th or 21st. But I definitely don't see them going any higher than 14th. But who knows? Cumberland Valley, very strong team, a lot of passion I can attest to. So I'm excited to see how they do at the national tournament. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about Michigan. So again, I saved what I consider to be the most interesting for last. So Michigan was quite interesting. So if you look at this, I do not consider this an upset because even though I predicted Troy would be the second place team, Sentient Tree had Pioneers the second place team. So again, conflicting predictions there. Certainly not an upset. And also, these scores are very, very close. There are not significant gaps between any of these other than between Troy and Novi. This is a significant gap because you can't exclude just one event and have either and have Troy pull ahead of Novi. However, the gap between Novi and Pioneer was not significant. The gap between Northville and these two teams was not significant. And the gap between Troy and Pioneer and Northville was not significant. So really, any four of these teams could have gone to nationals. And if we look at the full results, I do think this is worth looking at full results for. It becomes pretty clear that Novi and Pioneer both had a very obvious weak point in Write It, Do It, the events that, again, is going away next season. They both bombed pretty bad at Write It, Do It. Pioneer bombing ecology is also not great. But yeah, that's really the only reason that these that this was so close. If you exclude Witty, both of these teams pull ahead quite significantly. But of course, real Science Olympiad tournaments don't do that unless they are in Wisconsin or Texas. Actually, that's probably all I wanted to say. I don't know why I said like there was something else to say here. I mean, I don't know. If we look at Troy's score real quick here, you can see bombing air trajectory. Not really a bomb in ecology. 10th, not great, but certainly not, Pioneer's score. Helicopters, 15th, not great. Robot Tour, I'd consider these two a bomb as well. If we exclude, what was that, air trajectory, you can see Troy moves ahead of both Northville and Pioneer. Not a significant gap in the slightest. I think also we can exclude some other events here. If we exclude helicopters, that probably pulls them ahead of Pioneer as well. Oh, no, just barely. How big is that gap? They are literally tied. And Pioneer would win the tiebreaker. They have more first places. All right, let's try. Oh, Robot Tour will do it. Robot Tour's got to do it. Let's see. Yep, there you go. That's a bigger gap than I was expecting, honestly. But yeah, I mean, Pioneer gets first in Robot Tour, Troy bombs it. So yeah, if you exclude it, obviously Troy is going to pull ahead. But very, very close scores here in Michigan. Congratulations to Novi and especially to Pioneer for pulling off this win in Michigan and earning yourselves a seat at the national tournament. All right. I would like to talk about, I guess, two more things. First, now that all of the state results are in, I was thinking about, in fact, I will probably do this and, tell you guys at the beginning of next video, about kind of grading myself, seeing how well I predicted these results. So you can see I have different levels of accuracy here. If something is shaded teal, if a state's shaded teal, that means that I accurately predicted both the state winner and any additional teams that are attending nationals, and that I predicted the order correctly as well. For yellow, these yellow and orange only apply to states that have two teams attending nationals. Yellow means that I just got the order wrong. So, for example, in Florida, I thought Boca Raton would be the state champion, and instead it was Archimedian Upper Conservatory. There we go. So that's what yellow means. And orange, again, for states that only have one team attending nationals, or two teams, attending nationals, like Michigan. It's that I predicted one of the teams, but not both. So in this case, I predicted Troy would attend nationals, and instead it was Pioneer. Or like Texas, I think Texas is the only other one that's orange. Yeah. In Texas, I predicted Jordan would. Instead, it was the Liberal Arts and Science Academy, which actually beat Seven Lakes as well. So arguably, you could say Texas should deserve a lower ranking because not only did I get one of the teams attending nationals wrong, but I also got the state champion wrong. I might factor that in. I might not. We'll see. And then states that have no shading, I didn't predict correctly at all. So in Idaho, again, I predicted Capital would win and Nampa won. So I was going to come up with a way of like grading that. So, if I got it exactly right, I'd get like 4 points. This is 3 points, 2 points. And then like 1 point is, not right at all. Or maybe that should probably be 0, huh? So like 3, 2, and then 1, something like that, and then I'll calculate the percentage there. All right, so that's all I wanted to say with regards to Science Olympiad. So if that's all you want to hear about, then I'll see you later, I guess. See you for in the next video. But one more thing I want to mention quickly is that I've been considering creating a like nature-oriented channel. In Science Olympiad, my favorite events were like ecology, water quality was, by far my favorite. So I'm very happy to see that returning next season. Forestry, ornithology, and if I was, still competing, I would be very into entomology. Um, but yeah, so I'm an environmental science major, so I really love, the natural world. I love identifying things. I love looking at ecological processes. I love learning about different environments. I love all of it, and I really want to share that passion with an audience on YouTube. So if any of you guys would be interested in seeing a channel centered around nature like that, please feel free to leave a comment saying so, and also tell me like what you would want to see on that channel. Would you want to see like kind of more exploration-y videos where like I go to an environment and I just kind of explore and see what's there and learn about it in that way? Would you want to see like identification videos? So like water quality is going to be an event next year. I'm quite proficient at identifying macroinvertebrates, which is, a whole third of that event. So if you'd like to see that, let me know. Or would you like to see more, like video essay type videos where like I choose a topic and then do a bunch of research on it and then like, sit down and talk to you guys about it. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see any of that. And yeah, my nationals predictions, I do expect those to be up by, I guess, the end of the week. Nationals is this coming weekend, I believe. So yeah, expect that pretty soon. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye.